Good evening and welcome to
Monday Movie Madness with your hosts,
Mel and
Zim.
All right. Oh, we forgot our papers.
Oh, yes, I need my paper.
Can't think without paper. It's not like we don't do the show in the same order every week, but for some reason I can't remember what we do on the show every week without my paper to remind me what to do next.
Paper's important.
I'm not even on the first page. Hello.
Did you make a list of shows to watch this week?
I watch the same stuff I always watch, guys. I watch some Doctor Who with my kid.
Okay.
That's it.
Okay.
Did I watch anything else?
I don't know. Did you?
I don't think so. I think it was just Doctor Who.
All right.
It's been a Doctor Who week.
Well, I watched Nightmares in Red, White, and Blue, horror movie documentary of American horror. Zombieland Double Tap finally did it. Had to do it.
I watched the last half hour of Zombieland Double Tap, so I've seen the end.
That was much better than I expected.
I know. I want to see the rest of it now because I liked the first one.
Yeah.
And I've just never gotten around to watching the other one.
I watched Shark Tale. This Is the End, which I hadn't seen since it first came out, and it's still pretty funny. Although
who's in that? That sounds familiar.
Everyone.
It's not helpful.
It's the one with Seth Rogen and it's the end of the world, and they're stuck in what's his name's house.
I don't know.
They're all playing themselves. It's got like all the people that are usually in Seth Rogen movies.
Okay.
Are all in it, make an appearance. Plus, like, Hermione's in it, and like tons of people. Like,
I don't think
it's
I've seen
all
this.
celebrities, and they all play themselves. It's hilarious.
I don't think I've seen this. I need to see this.
Yeah.
That's funny.
And I watched Kurosawa film Ikiru about a man who's wasted his life and now has been told he's dying of cancer and decides he wants to live. It's really depressing.
Sounds cheerful.
Yeah. I needed a good scare, so I watched Poltergeist. I watched a documentary, History of the World in 2 hours, which History Channel did. It was pretty good. I watched the best of Monday Night Nitro because I was feeling 90s. Watched Kingpin. I needed some more Woody Harrelson before the end of the month. Quarantine 2 and the 80s sci-fi movie The Wraith. And then I'm going to ask you, if you have HBO Max, go check out NYC Epicenters. It's a Spike Lee documentary, and it basically covers New York from 9/11 through 2021 and a half, is the way he words it. And it deals with New York being the epicenter of everything that happens in America. It's a pretty awesome documentary series. Episode 1 is out.
Hi, Eve.
Hi.
Welcome.
Glad to see you.
I think I worked through while you were watching that the other day.
It's really well done, really good. And it's not just, let's, bash one political side or the other. He's like swinging at both, saying, you both have screwed this up. So it's really good.
It's Doctor Who for me. That's it. That's all I've done. Sounds depressing. Well, I think it's a documentary, though.
It's a documentary.
Because there's so many
really
people
good.
in New York. Like, the premise is, like, there's so many people in New York that things tend to, like, when things happen in the country, there tends to be a bit of an epicenter there just because of the population.
Correct.
And it's
correct.
all, like, in a compact
and how New Yorkers tend to try to help each other, unlike other parts of the country.
They do.
So
it's a different kind of sense of community than you get in other places.
Yeah. I'm told, but I would love to
paired with the no
experience
bullshit attitude, because they just, like, why waste the time on that?
Yeah.
There is no Southern hospitality. It's not because they're mean. They're just blunt, and they're not going to waste your time pretending they like you if they don't. It sounds mean if you're used to, like, if you're used to people just always pretending to be nice and always pretending to like you, whether they like you or not, then it sounds really mean. But it's somewhat liberating to not have to guess.
Do they like me or not?
Yeah, you don't have to deal with any of that. And as somebody who's Hi. Welcome. As somebody who's neurodivergent, it's like one of the things I struggle with is kind of projecting my own insecurities into a relationship, essentially. And so when you have a group of people that will just kind of flat out be like, bam, this is how we feel, the end, I don't have to worry about it. It's nice. Yeah. It is. It's refreshing just to like always know what people think of you. And it's also humbling. You always know what people think of you.
Anyway, it's NYC Epicenters on HBO Max. If you got it, check it out. This is a really, really good documentary.
If you're into documentaries.
Yeah, of course, of course.
If you're not into documentaries, like, I'll never watch it. I'll be honest. Well, I'm never going to watch it. But.
The coolest part of it is that, is his name Jeffrey? No. He played...
JRB. I just realized you just followed us like right before we went live. Hi, welcome.
Hi.
I was like, wait a second. I saw that go up as I was loading everything. It's late for me. It's almost bedtime for me. I'm on grandma hours.
Can't think of his name. He is the in the Hunger Games movies. Haha, tying it back into our subject.
Yes, Well done.
The brain, who's in the second games. In the second movie.
Oh, Beatty.
What's his name?
Damn it. He's in Westworld too.
Yes, exactly.
What is his name?
And Bond, because he's lighter in Bond.
What is his name?
I can't think of it. Anyway, he lives in the Bronx, and so he contacted. I think he started with Rosie Perez, but he contacted all the big celebrities who live in the Bronx. Or no, I'm sorry, lives in Brooklyn. Contact all the celebrities who lived in Brooklyn. And they went together and raised over $150 million or something to buy meals from local restaurants to be delivered to the frontline workers at the hospitals.
Jeffrey Wright,
thank you.
I'm like, that's going to drive me crazy.
It was his idea, but he saw the restaurants going under. And the frontline workers at the hospitals like collapsing from exhaustion, and so he was like, we've got the money, let's do this. And they ended up raising like $150,000 and bought meals locally to be delivered to them. It started with a pizza chain or a pizza restaurant, and then just kind of spread out because the workers were like, this is great, but we can only eat pizza so much. And so he started doing other local restaurants, and they ended up covering all of it.
As
it was
someone
really
who used
cool.
to work at a pizza joint, I concur. Like, pizza's amazing, but it can only be consumed so many times a day.
Had it for dose meals today.
You've had pizza for 2 of the 3. I couldn't even do that now. That would make me so sick. Yikes. Wow. Well, that sounds interesting.
Yeah, it was
So if you're
really
into documentaries, check out New York Epicenters on HBO Max.
Yeah.
Did I get it right?
Yeah, NYC Epicenters.
NYC. Yes. I was close.
So, yeah.
I was close.
And it makes the comparisons of how they have handled basically 2020. So the pandemic, the race protests, the what else has happened?
All the many things.
Like all
in the last.
How New York has handled those compared to how it handled 9/11.
Got it.
So it's pretty cool.
All right.
So moving on.
Today, we are talking The Hunger Games, just the first movie.
Someone's really excited.
Just the first movie, because it didn't seem fair to make everybody watch 4 movies in a week, because not everybody has time for that. I didn't hear if you figured out who I am because kids, but I've been checking out your replays and decided to join and check you out live. I didn't figure out who you are, but now I'm trying to. Because it makes me feel like I should know who you are. So.
Yeah, is it both of us or just her or me?
Trying to think like.
Oh, hi.
Hi.
Awesome.
I was just like my cousin Jessica. Like the initials are right. JRB would be the right initials for her. There's a delay. So if we're slow responding, if you're new to Twitch, there is a little bit of a delay between when you see us and when we see you. So like there's a delay kind of both directions. And so just patient.
Welcome to the show.
Welcome. I was actually just talking to my mom today. I'm sorry. If you see me holding this is Iceberg. I was asked by my daughter to introduce her to everyone here. I'm going to hold my hands down so you can see. So this is Iceberg. Iceberg is a leopard seal that has joined our family recently. I am babysitting this evening. We've all had turns.
Yes.
Hi, Melinda. So she's, yes, I promised that she would be a part of the show today. So I was supposed to have a turn babysitting the other night, and she lost her. She couldn't find her. So
I had a turn babysitting, and Iceberg helped me. We watched a movie together and then read together. Mm-hmm. I took pictures of all this so that we could show.
Photo evidence of these babysitting things. Yes.
Iceberg helped me get my medication and a glass of water so I could take my meds before bed, and I did a whole photo play of our events for the night.
Yeah. And whose idea was that?
Yours.
You're welcome.
It still was really cool.
So we were just talking about you, and I was telling my mom that I have been wanting to text, but I'm not sure. I was like, I don't know what to say because we are homeschooling as well this year. Not originally planned, but we are now. And I know you have some other stuff going on that I'm not going to bring up on here, but you will actually be getting a text from me. I promise. I know what's going on. I'm like, what do you even say? There's nothing that makes it easier. So I've had a whole debate about what in the world I'm going to say that is going to magically make everything easier for you, and no words exist. So,
did you start the contest?
I did not start the contest. I figured I'd talk about the contest.
Okay, it just
first.
popped in my head. I'm sorry to interrupt.
Yeah.
Okay, go
Dude,
ahead. Sorry.
Really, just interrupt. My gosh. Been too long. It's been a while. Yeah. So we do this every week.
Yeah.
I didn't know you were checking out the replays. We are here. So he and I do Monday nights.
Yep.
And then my friend Paul and I do games on Tuesdays and Thursdays. And he and I are a little more focused on neurodivergence because he and I are both neurodivergent. Zim is as well, but doesn't talk about it as much. Whereas, I have a degree in psychology, and Paul is literally an autism advocate, or autism, what do you call it? Activist, I think it's more of an advocate. He actually, goes places and, talks to people and businesses and stuff about, how to accommodate neurodivergence in their businesses. It's very cool. So he and I, we play games, and we use it kind of, we don't use, it depends on the game we're playing, I'll be honest. We don't always talk mental health and neurodivergence because sometimes you just can't. Sometimes things are just happening too fast and you're dying too quickly and you have a bunch of kids pretending to be pirates murdering you. So
we should definitely do it whenever we get to doing Divergent.
Do what?
Talk neurodivergent.
That's not what that movie is about.
I know, but it's funny.
But it's not what that movie is about. Just because there's a word in common.
All right.
This is what I deal with 24/7, guys. Those two things are not related.
I know.
Okay. just to be sure.
Okay.
But today we're talking Hunger Games, which I'm very excited about. I am really going to try and focus only on this movie and only on the movie.
Not the book, not the sequels.
Because we're not here to discuss the book.
Not the prequel.
Yeah, we're not here to discuss the book, and we're not here to discuss the other movies. Yeah, Iceberg. It's Iceberg. Little Iceberg. You must have an iceberg as well. It came in a Happy Meal or something like that. I don't even know.
Yeah, it's a tie. It's a Beanie Baby.
It just appeared in our house.
Yeah, it's a Happy Meal. I think McDonald's did Beanie Babies again. And I'm like, wow, they're 20 years out of it.
Oh, yeah, he falls a lot because I'm always moving while I talk. And so Iceberg's got a...
Right.
I don't know, I guess I could do... There's a solution. I don't move my head at all when I talk.
Mel watches the show, or watches the whole series at least once a month.
I do. Yeah, That's true. I will admit to that. I will admit to that. In fact, he was joking with me last week what I was going to do because there wasn't time. We watched the movie on date night, Sunday nights, and then we come and talk to you guys about it on Monday nights. And he was like, there's not time to watch all of the movies. What are you going to do? And I was like, there's totally time. Those movies are all like 2 hours each. I've got like 6 hours left. I can get through 6 hours of movies on a Monday. Unfortunately, I did have other stuff to do today, like chop all my hair off. So I did not watch the rest of them, but it is coming this week. So next week when you see me and I'm all like, this is what I watched this week, it's going to be Hunger Games. Never seen any of them. You should. They're so good. The books are really quick reads as well. So if you don't want to on around your kids, because I know you've got like little kids as well, I wouldn't recommend it around the kids. We're going to talk more about the parental stuff in a little bit. We always talk like what to expect if you're going to let your kids see this later on in the show. We're going to get there, and it's like, as Zim would say, it is a hard PG-13.
Yes.
I think the whole soft and hard thing is silly, but that's what he calls it. It's a hard PG-13. Mm-hmm. And so if you'd like to know the stories without having to have the movie on around them, I would recommend the books as well. So I'm a big fan of both. That's it. Books. Okay, I'm done now. This movie was released in 2012. See, I almost got this movie watched, most of it, I think. It's good.
It's
Finish
good.
it. Finish it. And then watch the other 3.
Finish him. No,
released in 2012, rated PG-13. It's based off a popular book. That's the synopsis you've got here, based off a popular book.
Because I just want to make sure that was included, and then you were going to riff your own synopsis.
In case anybody...
Whoa.
I caught him. We're good. In case anybody didn't know, it's based off a very, very popular series of books. But this one is basically, there was a huge uprising in this country, and the capital of the country basically creates, as they win the war, they create something called the Hunger Games, where each year, every district, it's broken up into 12 districts, and then the capital, so you have the capital, and then kind of spreading out from the capital are 12 districts. And each district has to offer up one girl and one boy between the ages of 12 and 18. And they basically fight to the death in an arena for the enjoyment of the people in the capital. Yay!
And may the odds be ever in your favor.
May the odds be ever in your favor. Yeah. But there's so much more to it, which they get. Like, this movie really is about the Hunger Games themselves, and then the story spreads from there. If you'd like to keep watching the other movies, I do highly recommend them. And you get a lot more of, like, the corruption in the system and the way that the districts are being abused. And you get a lot more of that through the other movies, and even more so in the books. There you go. How's that for a synopsis?
Sure.
So it was nominated for 48 awards, of which it won 33 of them. So in case you were wondering if I'm alone in thinking this is a good movie, I am not. So 133 awards, including the BAFTA Children's Award for Best Feature Film, Saturn Award for Best Actress to Jennifer Lawrence, Critics' Choice Award for Best Actress in an Action Movie for Jennifer Lawrence, and the Gold Schmoes Award. You just put this here to piss me off, didn't you?
I think it's funny.
The Gold Schmoes Award for Most Overrated Movie of the Year, and they would be wrong. All right, you can go through director and stuff. I'm going to try to find that article.
Okay.
I forgot to pull that.
So it was directed by Gary Ross. On IMDb, he is most known for The Hunger Games, Pleasantville, Seabiscuit, and Big. Not a bad resume right there. Jennifer Lawrence is the main character, Katniss Everdeen. She is most known for The Hunger Games, Silver Linings Playbook, American Hustle, and X-Men First Class. Josh Hutcherson, who is Peter Malark. He is most known for the Hunger Games series. So all 4 movies that they listed...
They didn't include...
Nothing else. It was just the Hunger Games
He's
movies.
the kid from Bridge to Terabithia, isn't he?
Bridge to Terabithia. He's the voice of Ultraman in the new Ultraman.
He has an entire 3-season comedy on Hulu called Future Man, which is hilarious as long as you're totally comfortable watching somebody masturbate on screen. You don't see anything, but it's just one of the gags.
Yeah.
Like in the first episode, it's very funny.
He's in tons of things.
He's in everything.
He was in the remake of Red Dawn. Like, he is in tons of movies, and the only things they listed was The Hunger Games. I'm disappointed, IMDb. All right, moving on. Woody Harrelson, this month's actor. He played Hamish Abernathy, and I never knew that his last name was Abernathy. I guess I never paid attention.
You need to read the books, then.
I did read the books.
You need to read them again.
6 years ago.
Yeah, I don't think they call him... I don't think they use his last name in the movie.
Okay. He is most known for True Detective, The People vs. Larry Flint, Natural Born Killers, and Zombieland. Elizabeth Banks is Effie Trinket. She is most known for The Hunger Games and Love and Mercy. Again, same situation. They had 3 of The Hunger Games and Love and Mercy.
She's been in a million things, too.
How you could not include her role from Pitch Perfect.
This is why... I know, she's hilarious in
She makes those movies. I mean,
the movies are really good either way. But the two of them together...
Yeah, she is so great.
Who are, like, interacting.
And, she's in tons of good stuff.
She's in tons of stuff, yeah.
Zack and Miri. I love that movie. I know, I'm the only one.
No, I didn't dislike it. It's just I don't like it as much as you do.
And then, last but not least, Donald Sutherland is President Snow. And I included him as a main character because he's important to the story. However, in this movie,
he's not as much in this movie.
Really in this one as much. But
so
you
got sucked into the all of them as well.
Yeah.
Aha.
I mean,
I'm trying so hard not to do that.
He is super important. So I had to include him.
He is so crucial. He has his own book because they wrote a
prequel. Yeah.
Suzanne Collins.
Collins, yes.
Wrote a prequel.
Yes.
It's all about him.
Yeah.
And I hate him so much. I still have not read it.
So he's been acting since early 60s.
Yeah.
And they have him most known for The Hunger Games, Pride and Prejudice, and Invasion of the Body Snatchers.
Okay.
Yeah.
Other notable actors
include Liam Hemsworth, Stanley Tucci, Wes Bentley, Willow Shields, Toby Jones, Lenny Kravitz, Amanda Steinberg, and Alexander Ludwig. Is it Ludwig or Ludwig?
Yeah. Why would I know that?
I don't know.
I haven't met him.
Okay.
I haven't asked him.
Okay.
If I get rich and famous and I meet him, I will ask him. I'll be like, hey, is it Ludwig or is it Ludwig? Who plays Prim? That is...
Prim is Willow Shields.
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't know. You should have put who they are. So Liam Hemsworth plays Gale.
Yes.
Whose last name I can't remember. Stanley Tucci plays the Caesar Flickerman. Wes Bentley is Seneca Crane.
The games maker.
Willow Shields is
Prim.
Prim. Toby Jones
is the other announcer with...
Oh, he's the one from my Doctor Who episode today.
Yes.
Lenny Kravitz is Cinna.
Amanda Steinberg is, or Stenberg maybe, is Rue.
Oh, Rue.
Yeah.
Okay.
And Alexander
Ludwig is Cato.
Yeah.
Who has a new show out, by the way?
Yeah,
with
on Netflix.
the guy that played Arrow.
Yeah.
Whose name I've forgotten again. It took me 20 minutes to remember his name last night. I'll get it. Names are not with me tonight, guys.
Doesn't matter.
Matters to me, damn it.
They're in a movie about wrestlers called Heels.
Yeah, they play brothers.
Yeah.
One of them's like the good guy, and one of them's like the bad guy. I don't know. I don't remember. God damn it, Iceberg, would you just sit still? You guys get to hear me cuss out stuffed animals now. Congratulations. Welcome to parenting. Parenting 101. Learn how to curse stuffed animals. When they are this big. So let's get started on the... Oh! The good news is my child never sees these videos. She would be crushed. Okay, so the contest today, this is the last movie for Woody Harrelson, which means it also is going to lead us into our next actor for September. They were both in this movie together. Who is it? I don't know. We've given you guys some options. I'll go ahead and start. Whoops, I forgot to actually click on the window. That'd be helpful.
Oh, biscuits.
Oh, biscuits. Let's see. Let's hit create and start. Boom. There we go. It should show up right there in chat for you guys. Your options are, the question is, who do you think the next actor will be? We've given you a clue every week up to this point. I'm not going to review them because I'm a bitch. So, your options are we doing Josh Hutcherson, Liam Hemsworth, Donald Sutherland, Stanley Tucci, Wes Bentley, or more Woody Harrelson, which I might vote for. It's not actually a vote. You just have to try to guess which one is right. We already know the answer. I won't vote because that would be cheating. Hi, welcome, Tegwin. We should watch Titanic in honor of ice. So in order to cast your bet, if you've been watching us for a while, you already have points. If you're new to us today, you are accruing points every minute that you watch, so hold on to those for a little while. I think it's like every couple of minutes you get a few points.
I think it's every 5.
If you'd like to know how many points you have so far, you can type !points, all one word. It'll tell you exactly how many points you've got so far that you can bet with. You've got pretty much until we announce it to bet. I will give you like a 30-second warning, or maybe like a minute, because it'll take me a minute to go click on the right answer anyway. So you can bet your points. To do it, you type !bet, space, the name, just the last name of whoever you think it is. So Hutcherson, Hemsworth, Sutherland, Tucci, Bentley, or Harrelson. They're all listed up in the instructions. Space, how many points you'd like to bet. There's a minimum of 10 to partake. Not pointless. No, you have points because you've watched. So just type !point. I promise you have some. You've been to like 3 of our shows, Melinda. I swear you have points.
You've got points. And we call the points are actually sane thoughts.
Yes, we call them sane thoughts. Yes. Yeah.
Points. With an S.
Plural. So Tegwin is betting for Sutherland. And before you guys think that she's cheating because we live with her, we don't tell her either. In fact, she'll be like, I'll forget. You can tell me. No, not doing that.
For the love of P.
Points. Like a snake. Just one S, though. Not like a million of them. And while you guys mess with your points and your betting and all of that good stuff, we are going to go ahead and start talking about our show. Hey, you got it. See, you have 55 sane thoughts right there. There you go. That's more than I bet you thought you had. I love that we call them sane thoughts.
Yeah.
I think it's hysterical.
Yeah.
I love it. It's very funny.
Yeah.
Did you know that you had 55 sane thoughts? They were very careful about not letting me hear. Yeah, we were sneaky.
Yes, how very excellent.
Stay. Don't be a jerk. All right, so if you were here last week, you know we've kind of shifted around our the way that we approach the show.
Yeah.
We're spoilers from the start now. So we are going to, before we start talking about the actors and the characters and all that, we're actually going to just talk about the movie in general first. And I feel like we'll hit some actors as we go.
Sure.
And then we'll fill in the blanks when we get there.
Gotcha.
So I'm going to let you talk in terms of plot development, pacing, structure, continuity, et cetera, et cetera. What do you think?
I mean, as far as pacing and structure, I have zero complaints.
It's pretty, pretty fast moving.
Once you get in, like it's just boom, 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 boom.
Yeah, you have a brief lull at the beginning.
Well, and then they know how to take a proper breath. Like during the games, Peeta and Katniss end up in a cave together, and you get a couple minutes breath there, and then it's just boom again. Yeah.
Just a couple.
The night she's in the tree, you get a couple of minutes of breath, and then Cracker Jacker attack. It's.
Did you call it a Cracker Jacker?
Yeah.
It's a Tracker Jacker.
Tracker Jacker.
Because they track, yeah. Because that was the whole point of them creating them, was they were supposed to track their prey and then jack with them, is how I remember it. Or Tracker Jacker.
Okay.
I will say, I'm going to try not to compare to the book too much, but I will say, particularly in terms of pacing, the movie is much faster paced. Because as I was telling you last night, I had mentioned to Zim that in the book, they are in the arena for a lot longer than they make it seem in the movie. The movie seems like it's like a few days, maybe a week tops, and it's longer than that. It's a bigger, longer event in the book. And so things are happening really fast. Like, she's with Rue for like a day in the movie. And then, like, they have a bigger and broader relationship than that in the book. So that's I won't even say it's a complaint, because I think they're very different, and you have to be able to tell the story in a shorter time span. And so, like, I think it makes sense the way they do it. But, yeah, in terms of pacing, I think that's because the book is pretty fast paced as well, and I say the movie is even faster. You have the little lull at the beginning as they're kind of setting everything up, but like basically you've got like she's washing her feet in the bathtub, and then they walk up to do the
reap.
To do the reap, at the reaping at the beginning, and that's like 5 or 10 minutes into the movie. So, and then from there on in, it is just like bam, 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 bam.
I'm sorry, dear. There's a Mr. Death here about the reaping.
Anyway, but I agree with Sim though too that they do take some beats in there, like you have all the stuff that happens at the reaping, and then you've got that like moment on the train where they're kind of calming down a little bit, and then they arrive at the city, and then you've got like the training, and you've got this and the other thing, and it picks up again, and then you have that like little bit of a lull when Cinna is seeing her off like into the actual arena. Mm-hmm. You have that kind of breath before you go in, and I gotta hand it to Jennifer Lawrence, like she's got that like as soon as they're like 30 seconds and it's just instant panic on her face, and she's like sort of shaking a little bit. Yes, I agree, Tegwin. The book is a can't put it down kind of story. Which is why he gives me crap for watching the movies like every month, but that is to avoid reading the book series every month, which would take a lot longer. I mean, and I wouldn't sleep. I have enough trouble sleeping, and that's several days, like not reading. They are
well,
super good.
And when she does this, it's not just the Hunger Games. Like she has this
There's
thing.
a cycle.
It's Hunger Games. And then Divergent.
A Divergent I tend to read rather than watch.
Okay.
Because I'll watch Hunger Games, and then I'll be like, oh, now I really want to read the Hunger Games books again. I don't have time to read the Hunger Games books again. Maybe I'll just watch Divergent. Like, it's different. I actually don't like that people compare them, but they hit me with a similar... They hit me in the same place in my heart, I guess is the best way to describe it. And so the Divergent is sort of like the way that I avoid grabbing the Hunger Games books to read them again. But then when I'll watch Divergent, I only watched the first movie because the other two were not fantastic. And because they diverge a bit from the story as they go.
Wait. They diverge. In the Divergent?
Yeah, see, that's way better than neurodivergent. See, they diverge. They're both, yes, they are both dystopian. Otherwise, very different, and have a strong female lead.
Yeah.
Otherwise, very, very different. Yeah, those books are better than the movies. And so I'll watch the first movie, which I think they do a good job with, and then I'm like, damn it, now I need to read something, and Divergent reads faster for me. I think they're shorter, too. But there's more of them because then you have the novellas with 4. Yeah. And then she wrote, did I tell you that she wrote an epilogue for it? So you have another short story now that takes place a while after the ending of the books. Which if you are a Divergent fan, that came out much more recently, and so I definitely, if you haven't read it yet, go check it out. It's pretty good. But that's not what we're talking about today. We're talking about the Hunger Games. So let's get back on track because I'm just lost in Bookville now. I just need to have a book show.
I was thinking about that. I was like,
I should get on and talk.
Should we do a book show too?
I should. I really should. Oh my goodness.
Maybe that one monthly.
that would have to be monthly because the books take longer to read.
Yeah.
Come and join Zim and Mel's book club. Damn it, Iceberg.
No.
I love it. It happens here, and then like I get it all settled, and then I can watch it happen on screen because of the delay. That's very funny. Stuck in. I'm going to tell our daughter that you did that. She's never going to forgive you. She's going to be so upset. I'm going to tell her.
Okay.
It's going to be a thing for the show. Iceberg! I can't laugh. I do fine until I start laughing, and then she goes, Iceberg's a girl, by the way, in case you're wondering. It's also very important to my child. Iceberg's a girl.
Yeah. All right, specific moments.
Let's talk some. Yeah. What are some of the moments that you really, really like?
So.
Where is the parental section on this?
It's just after. Oh, the rating right there.
Okay.
It's the next part.
Okay. Rated PG-13. Rated PG-13. I just figured you put a reminder there for me because I forgot it was PG-13. Where our outline is getting shifted around, and so some things did not get moved. That's okay. We know what we're doing. Specific moments. You first.
Well, okay. So I'm going to start with one I didn't like.
Okay.
And we talked about this last night. In the books, the dog creatures at the end, I remember when I read the book that they have more of the face of the fallen. Mm-hmm. And because I remember, like, she sees Rue, and that really freaks her out. And in the movie, they just look like dogs. And I don't like that. I think that cheapened it a little bit.
I'm really trying to not compare it to the books, and you're making that difficult.
I'm sorry.
I'm trying so hard not to go there because I want to, faces of the fallen trades. So it's the features, not the face. Because, and something they don't really cover in the movie is that the Capitol is known, at least in this movie, the Capitol's known for making what they call mutts, which are like mutated things. The Tracker Jackers are mutts.
Okay.
And so it's just various creatures and things that they've mutated. And so part of the issue with, so Rue had very recognizable eyes, like Katniss talks a lot about her eyes in the book. And so one of the dog creatures, it's not that they have the faces, it's that they have some of the features. So it's not like there's a dog and it has like a human face. It's not how I
envisioned it when I read it.
No, but it's got some of the distinguishable features from the tributes that have died. And so for Rue's, the one that's Rue's is that it has her eyes, is what she talks about. And she is like freaking out because she thinks they've done something to Rue's body in order to get the eyes.
Yeah.
And if you have read the book, there is a little a moment where when the dogs first appear, the survivors at that point are Katniss and Peeta and Cato and Thresh. And then a cannon goes off, which is Thresh.
Uh-huh.
And immediately after that, another dog lifts out of the ground and starts chasing them. Did you catch that?
Uh-huh.
And so that's essentially, I think that was their way of kind of showing that was another one fell, and so now they have another dog. But yeah, they didn't really have, I agree, they didn't have the human features that...
Yeah.
Because I feel like one of them had, because she talks about with Fox face, I think it was her nose, and one of the dogs had kind of a pointed nose like Fox face. And that was kind of the way it's described in the book. Or how I perceived it, at least, as I read it. I'll have to read it again, I guess. Darn! But, yeah. I agree. If you're going to compare them, though, that makes it really tough. Because there's a lot of moments that I really love in the book that aren't even in the movie. So, that's frustrating.
Things I like.
Here, I'll do one that I don't like.
Okay.
It's actually a line delivery that I don't like, and I can't remember the exact line. I remember the last two words because those are the part that sounds so awkward. There's not a lot of cursing in this movie, so it's PG-13 because of the violence, not because of the language. And so when it's at the end of the movie, and Peeta has gone off to like pick some berries or like forage essentially, and Katniss is going to hunt because they need to eat. So she's like about to shoot a bird, and a cannon goes off, and the cannon goes off to signify that another tribute has died. And she like is like, Peeta, Peeta, is like chasing after him, and she finds him. She's like, I thought you died, damn you! And the damn you is so awkward. Like, it feels, she's never spoken like that in the entire movie, and it didn't even, like, it felt like Jennifer Lawrence. See, Jessica shut up, and now I'm messed up. J-words, I just can't do it. But Jennifer Lawrence, it felt like she felt awkward saying it. Like, it felt unnatural, and it's like, it's the only moment in the entire movie where I go, oh yeah, I'm watching a movie. Like, where I'm not like sucked in anymore. It's just that slap in the face, like, movie! And then like it continues normally. It's the only line.
I didn't.
Haymitch says damn it a few times, and it's perfectly normal. It's literally just that line.
I like how he always calls her sweetheart.
Oh, she hates that
I
in the
know,
books,
but he does it on purpose.
I know, he does it to get fuck with her. Yeah. So that's something else I don't like. If we're going to compare, which I try not to do it because in the movie it's not an issue and she's fine with it, and that's fine. But
I don't think she's fine with it in the movie.
She doesn't react to it. Excuse me, guys. I went outside today, and so I have allergies. And by went outside, I mean I stepped into my car, drove somewhere, got out of my car, went into the place, and then reversed the process. But that is enough for me and allergies. What was I talking about?
The Hunger Games.
Oh, sweetheart.
Yes.
She doesn't react to it at all in the movie.
Oh, see, I think
so if we're,
it's just part of her.
But she doesn't. But her reaction isn't any different. Whereas in the book, like, is that word in particular bugs her, and it bothers me that they didn't include that in the movie because it's sort of the way that he says it in the books is a bit demeaning. Like, yeah, whatever, sweetheart. Like, it's meant to put her, what is the opposite of at ease? On edge, I guess. He's digging at her when he says it, and she feels dug at when he says it. In the movie, he just calls her sweetheart, and not necessarily in an endearing way. It's just that it's not approached in that same way.
I completely disagree. I feel that's exactly how it comes off in the movie, the way he says it.
I don't.
Her reaction may not be the same, but that's exactly how I feel he's saying it.
But I don't know.
Really, he's doing it because she does better when she's on edge, and he's keeping her on edge. That is
true. All right, so what about moments that you liked? So we both hit moments that we were like, nah. We have Bob Ross now. Welcome, Bob.
Bob, for 400 points or same thoughts, what is your name?
Okay, moments you did like. Thank you for your consideration.
Yeah, that is pretty sweet.
And then the reaction afterwards from literally everybody.
Yeah.
Effie freaking out. Yeah.
I do think it's really...
He does say it like a drunk, I agree.
It's really annoying when people say, may the odds be ever in your favor. Especially when they say it to the whole group of them. Like...
Am I going to need to break this down for you?
I know why they're doing... what it means. It bugs me.
It should. That's literally the point. Because they present it as something that is like, oh, may the odds be in your favor.
Right.
But the odds are literally in none of their favor. That's the whole point.
Yes, I know. They're like trying to say, may the force be with you. but you're dead. Like, it's...
But that's the point of what Kato says at the end of the movie, too.
Yeah.
Where he's like, I was always dead, and I didn't get that till now.
Yeah.
I didn't understand.
Yeah.
Because he's from the, like, District 2, I think, where they train for it. They're raised with this idea that they're going to go and they're going to be a hero and they're going to go into the games. And like, they're raised with this very, like, gladiator mentality. And also with you. So it's not until the very end that he gets it. And it's so sad. I feel so bad for Kato.
Yeah.
It's so tragic.
Except at the same time...
Like, you hate him, but also,
couldn't happen to a nicer person.
But it's not his fault, though, either. He's been raised to believe a particular thing. Because he comes from a district that, like, buys into everything the Capitol's telling them, hook, line, and sinker.
Okay.
That he's headed for glory, not... Like, he's not out at the outer districts where they're starving. They're well fed where he is and, like, treated better. And so he doesn't get it until he's there and he has seen it and he's lived it. And all of a sudden it hits him at the end. Like, and I think it's so tragic because he's never had a genuine choice until then. And then all of a sudden when he has this moment of finally thinking for himself and being away from the constant rhetoric to form his own opinion, and he realizes that too late. I think it's sad. It's a really tragic character. The happy Hunger Games is only happy in the Capitol, yes, because what is more fun than watching a bunch of kids slaughter each other? Whee! And so one of the scenes that I think is wonderful is right at the beginning. So they arrive at the Capitol. The Hunger Games don't start until halfway through the movie. But I like the moment where Haymitch is sitting there and he's watching this dad give his kid a gift. And he pulls out his sword. And he starts chasing his sister around because it's a game. And I like it's such a perfect moment. And it's so quick and it happens, like, it goes by so fast if you're not paying attention to it. And I think it's more there to kind of show you Haymitch's feelings because Haymitch he's drunk all the time. He's got really bad PTSD and is self-medicating for sure. But you don't get a lot of opportunities in the movie to kind of see how he feels about what's happening. I mean, it's clear that he doesn't like it. The first time you see him, his advice to them is to just come to terms with their imminent demise. And it's that moment where the kid is chasing his sister around with a sword where he's just like, he's got this look of just disappointment and disgust and disbelief. Like, pick a word, put dis at the beginning of it, and that's how he feels. And disemboweled. I'm trying to think other dis words, guys. Give me dis words.
Disenfranchised.
Jesus.
Dismembered.
Disestablished.
Dystopian.
Yes, accurate.
Capital cared for the districts.
Talk about how the Capitol cared for the districts, fed them, and provided for them, when the reality is the reverse. The districts provided everything for the Capitol. Yes. And they also paint that as, like, why it was wrong of the districts to rise up for the uprising.
Uh-huh.
And so that's what Tegman is talking about here, is that at the briefing they show this film. War, terrible war. And they talk about the fact that it's President Snow's voice, and he's talking about the fact that they provided for the districts, and the districts rose up against them. Basically as if the districts were like these really entitled, spoiled little kids. In reality, the districts were starving, they were being treated really poorly, they were being abused and beaten and starved to death, and that's why there was an uprising. So none of that changed, and now they kill their kids too. So didn't work out.
Well, I do love how at the end of that little intro video, Effie is mouthing the last few lines, and she's like, "Oh, I love that."
I just love that.
And then of course by the end of the full story, she's
whoa, dude! Spoilers. We'll spoil this movie. Let's not spoil the other three, though. Okay. If you'd like more Effie Trinket, she does grow as a character and evolve, and I recommend watching the other movies.
Her mutant powers are pretty awesome.
There's no mutant powers. Don't listen to him. I do think it's about 10 to 9, so I think we need to move on.
Okay. Rating?
It's rated PG-13. Parents, if you have small kids, this is not a movie for small kids. It's kids killing each other.
Yeah.
Brutally.
It's graphic. Like, it's not...
Like, you're not going to see guts. I joked
there's
about
a lot
this
of blood
development,
splatter.
but there's a lot of blood splatter.
Yeah.
There's... Basically, there's like a...
Swiping with the sword and the...
Yeah, so you've got the scene at the cornucopia when the Hunger Games first start. You have the countdown. Everybody's rushing to the cornucopia because that's where all the supplies are. And literally 12 of the 24 tributes are killed. And you see it all. Like, you see all 12 go down. Mm-hmm. Somewhere on the screen. Like, they are literally, every death is shown. And so... I mean, that alone, I think, would be would be something to be aware of. If you would like to know what you're getting into in this movie, fast forward. If you don't want to watch the whole movie, although I think you should, fast forward to that scene at the countdown at the cornucopia and watch the next 10 minutes of the movie and make your judgment call. But, as always, we highly recommend to preview it first.
There's also a lot of alcohol use.
Yeah, Haymitch is always drinking.
Yeah.
Always.
Murder and alcohol.
Yep.
Yeah, I think that's
about injury.
Is there any smoking?
Maybe in the Capitol.
Okay.
I mean, if it existed, it would be in the Capitol. You do see some injuries pretty close up. Katniss gets a really bad burn. Peeta gets a bad slash, both on the same leg, remarkably. Right leg. Mm-hmm. They need to protect their right legs better. So, I'm trying to think what else. And the mutts are pretty scary. Glimmer's death can be kind of graphic. She gets stung to death.
Oh, yes.
And you see the body.
By the tracker
and
jackers.
It is swollen and funky looking. Not a big deal for adults, but it could be pretty graphic for a kid. Mm-hmm. So, this is one, like, you need to be familiar with this one so you know when your kid is ready for it. Every kid is different. My daughter really wants to see this movie and is really mad at me that I won't let her. Because I let her watch Divergent. And she's like, but you let me watch that one. I was like, so? This is not the same movie. Yeah. So I have her appeased. We're reading Divergent now, and it keeps her distracted. But yeah, so let's talk characters real quick. Katniss is a beast. I freaking love Katniss. Mm-hmm. Katniss is someone who doesn't know... She's cool because she is a strong female character who does not know she's the strong female character. She doesn't know that she's as brave as she is, but she is, and she acts that way every time without fail.
Without even, like... She just boom and does it, and then afterwards is like, oh, what did I just do?
Yeah, like, even when we watched it last night, I was like, I love this moment, and it's right at the beginning when they call Primrose Everdeen, and like you have that scene, and like they're in the aisle. I swear I can say this without crying. They're in the aisle, and she's like, Prim, and Prim is like, Katniss, and then she volunteers. And then if you watch her face, so if it was your first time watching, you were probably watching everything that was going on. Next time you watch this movie, focus just on Jennifer Lawrence's face through the rest of the scene. And it's just like, she does such a wonderful job. Like, this was a great indicator of the fact that she was going to be an Academy Award winning actress, because as the scene progresses, you can watch it sink in what she's just done. And the fact that she's going to have to go to the Hunger Games and that she's going to have to kill. And, I mean, by the time Gale comes in and he's like, you'll be okay, you can hunt. And she goes, animals. Because Gale isn't even, like, seeing the difference. Because he's not the one that's going to have to do it. It's different when it's you. And kudos to Jennifer Lawrence. And she's done so many more amazing things than even this at this point in her career. She's a phenomenal actress. But this was still, I think, relatively early in her career, this first movie. And at least early for me. It's the first thing I ever saw her in.
Really?
I think so.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I think so. At least it's the first time I ever knew who she was. This is not distracting at all. Sit.
Stay. Good girl.
Yeah, so that's my opinion on Katniss. You?
I agree. Her performance as the hero that she doesn't realize she is, and doesn't realize that everybody needs. She's a reluctant hero, very much.
I think so.
No.
I think the first one is.
No.
She was an X-Men before these?
Yeah.
Well, I didn't see the X-Men movies until, like, last year, so...
Yeah. First Class was right before this, yeah.
Yeah, I know she was Mystique. She's really good at that. I agree with Tegwin, though, that she's a protector, and that's why she's heroic, because she believes in protecting people who need it. She stands up for the people that can't stand up for themselves. I dig her. She's awesome.
Now, PETA, I love because he knows how to sell.
That's why you love him?
Yes.
That's the reason?
So great at manipulating the people who he doesn't want to give himself to. He's not going to let them own him, and he's able to manipulate them so well.
He
could sell ketchup popsicle to a woman in white gloves.
I don't know that it's manipulation. I think he's just charming. He's a very charismatic...
he's playing the game.
Hamish constantly is saying, yes. Instantly, he's waving and smiling.
He's like, he's no way. He knows what he's doing. You need to pay attention.
But it's not all a manipulation, though. And that's kind of what's really cool about PETA is like... Let's see, how do I describe... PETA is the opposite of toxic masculinity. PETA's freaking awesome.
Yes,
he's
definitely had the
idealistic, and he's loving, and I love when he's like he knows he's gonna have to kill people in the arena, and he knows what he's going into, but he also is sure that he's going to die. He looks at the other people that are going in there, and he's like, there's no way I'm gonna survive this. And he has this conversation with Katniss about how he just wishes there was something he could do to show them that he's not just a piece in their game. Like, he wants to, when he dies, he wants to die knowing that he was still himself, that he didn't betray himself. Yeah, I agree, Tegwin. He's sincere. I think when you say he's manipulating them, it doesn't sound quite right, because he is very sincere.
Okay, but yes, he does have a crush on Katniss, but the whole creating this star-crossed lovers story, that's a manipulation.
Well, that is a manipulation.
Of the system.
Well, yeah.
It totally is.
Because he knows that he has no hope.
And it doesn't stop in this book or movie. His
priority is helping Katniss survive, and she doesn't know that. And everything that he does is to help her survive. From telling everybody about his crush on her so that she looks desirable and sponsors will want to sponsor her, to teaming up with the careers.
He sells her, like, constantly.
Yeah, he's doing everything in his power to make sure...
And that sounds really bad. He's not, like, selling her
not
physically.
Her body, yeah. No, but he's like... He is making her desirable to the sponsors. But then the tables turn when he's injured, and she has to do that same thing, and she steps up to the plate as well. And I just, I love... She does. She's more reluctant because it's not really the way... Yeah, I think that's fair. I think it becomes a manipulation because of Hamish. Because Hamish is the one that's selling the star-crossed lovers. I do sort of wonder, though, if it was planned. Because the book as well, I don't have any more insight from the book. The book is first person as well from Katniss's perspective. And so I do wonder, because at the end he didn't want to train with her, I do wonder sometimes, did they concoct this plan? I want to know. I want Susan Collins to do what Veronica Roth did and release a few just novellas that are from PETA's perspective. I would love that. She wrote Divergent.
Oh, okay.
I would like to know the other side of the story. I would. Very much so. PETA's amazing. I told Zim last night that if I were ever to marry a literary character, it would be PETA Millark. I'm just saying. He's cool. He's a very... there's the good guy, and then there's guys that are genuinely good guys, and Peeta would be one of the ones that's genuinely a good guy. If you know the difference, I'm sorry. But I'm pretty sure we're mostly girls in the viewing party here, and we all know the difference between the good guy and, like, genuinely good guys.
Okay.
You're confused.
No, I'm not.
Okay.
I'm agreeing. I'm saying okay.
Yeah. Haymitch. I love Haymitch. This is the movie, actually. I pointed out to you last night. Yeah. There's a moment in this movie, and it's the moment that I was like, I want to see more Woody Harrelson stuff.
Which is why we ended up doing.
Which is why we were doing Woody Harrelson. It wasn't even initially planned to do Hunger Games, but there's a moment in the Hunger Games, and it's after Katniss has been burned, and she's trying to rinse her wound without, like, being loud and attracting the attention of people that are then camping below her, wanting to kill her. She doesn't want to show them weakness. And so she's trying to nurse her wound without bringing too much attention to it. And it's painful to watch. And Haymitch, like, reacts to it. And then the next time you see him, he's advocating for her, trying to get her sponsors and stuff like that. Like, he gets up and starts doing his job because of that. Yeah. But there's a split second, and there's this look on his face where, like, you can just see that it's killing him to watch her go through that. And it's killing him enough that it pushes him to action. And there's no lines in that scene. There's not, like, a huge swell in the music with it. It's entirely Woody Harrelson. Mm-hmm. And that was it. I was like, I need to see more stuff that this guy has done. That was the moment that started it all. What about you? Opinions on Haymitch? We got a boogie here.
I think
we wasted a lot of time.
He's a great character.
I love Haymitch.
Yeah, I don't really know. You kind of took some of the stuff I was going to say, so I don't know what else to say.
I would say if you'd like to learn more about Haymitch or get more Haymitch, he is in this movie the least out of all four of them.
Yeah.
Well, no, I guess the fourth one as well. He's not in that one very much, because that's when they're actually in the city.
Oh, yeah.
But movie 2 and movie 3, you get a lot of Haymitch. Movie 3 in particular, he's a really, really large role. So I would, if you'd like more Woody Harrelson as Haymitch Abernathy, I highly recommend continuing with the Hunger Games movies.
I definitely think this performance is up there more with, like, the Willoughby Brunner
I would agree,
character.
Yeah. And it's not a lot of screen time. I mean, there's a fair amount, but, like, it's mostly Katniss and Peeta.
Yeah.
But he does a lot with the time he's on screen.
Definitely.
Yeah, there's not an instant wasted. And I would say
he plays a really good drunk.
But it's more than that. Like,
yeah. That's what I'm saying. He plays that really well.
He's playing drunk, but then all this other stuff on top of it, which is what makes it so damn impressive.
Tons of emotional baggage.
Yeah. But there's all these other, like, you can see the decisions he's making and things like that, which is something we talked about when we talked about Chief Willoughby and 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri.
Yeah.
There was a lot of unspoken dialogue happening, and in Hunger Games, you have a lot of that happening, just, like, internal dialogue happening with Haymitch that you're getting. And I think he did a really fantastic job with it. That's not easy to kind of take people on a journey with no lines to bounce off of and no actors to bounce off of. It's just you,
right,
and the camera, and the extras. And so it's moments like lots of moments like that for him in this movie. Effie as well. I think she's got less screen time than Haymitch in this movie, but she's a bigger character moving forward as well. Iceberg. I know. I should have had, like, a counter up or something. If I'd known, if only I'd known, I'd have a little counter and I'd be like, beak, beak, beak every time. I'd be up to, like, 50,000 times now. But Effie's not in this one very much. I think in this movie she serves more of like a representation of the Capitol and a bit of comedy relief.
Yeah. Well, and she shows, I think that she does a really good job representing the Capitol's point of view, especially in the private conversations between the team of Katniss, Peeta, Haymitch, Cinna, like when they're all talking, like she's like when after the thank you for your consideration, she just hits the roof and is like manners and how did you do this? How could you do this to us? And everybody else is like, that was awesome.
Yeah,
like,
it doesn't just reflect badly on you, it reflects badly on all of us.
Yeah.
There's also a moment, and I think it really, like, right off the bat gives you a sense of what the priorities are like in the Capitol, where Katniss wants an answer from Haymitch about something, and Haymitch is not answering her, and she takes a knife, and she, like, stabs right next to his hand on the breakfast table. And does Effie turn around and be like, you're not allowed to fight with each other or manners or any of that? No. She turns around and goes, that is mahogany.
Yeah.
Because she's mad about the table.
Yeah. Well, there's another scene when they're all sitting around on the train headed towards the Capitol, and they're talking about the other tributes from the other districts, and it's explained to them that Districts 1 and 2 have been training for this their whole lives.
Oh, that's at the house.
They're going to be hard to beat. And she says something to the effect of...
They don't get any special treatment.
They don't get special treatment. And in fact, you have these wonderful desserts, and they don't get the desserts.
Yeah, they don't get the desserts.
Yeah.
So she says, I bet they don't even let them have dessert.
Yeah. And yeah. So she's like clueless.
They've been training for this and you haven't, but you get to have dessert.
Yes.
Yay.
So. And then
President Snow, again, he's bigger in subsequent movies, but he's got some cool moments. First time you see him is the first time he sees Katniss.
And so it's the parade of the tributes, and she comes out, and of course her and Peeta are on fire, becomes Girl on Fire. And immediately, the second he sees her, he knows this is a flame he needs to douse
immediately.
Now.
Yep,
this
that's
is going to be a problem.
Yep.
Yeah, and he just, like, you could just see it.
He can just sense it somehow.
I love how Donald Sutherland plays it, because he's just sitting there, but you can see his face just change, like, oh crap, here's a problem.
I don't even know if it was oh crap. I think it's just more, that's interesting. I need to keep an eye on that.
No, I think he knew that she was...
Snow's not really an oh crap kind of character. Like, there's no oh crap moments. I mean, even at the end of the last movie, he's still not oh crap. He's laughing his ass off. Like, he's never really oh crap. It's more of just, because he's very good at anticipating what's to come. And I think that your first hint of that is right there, where he can kind of anticipate the potential that's there. And then is constantly kind of trying to coach Seneca Crane, who is the game maker, or the head game maker for this games, kind of to do that. And Seneca just sort of has a bit of an ego and doesn't listen.
Yeah.
So he chooses to stop living.
I like how you word that.
It's not my wording.
I know.
That is how it's worded in the next movie. I like the wording too. That's why I do it. We did sort of already. We gotta blow through this.
That's why I went ahead and combined sections.
Yeah. So again, this was our last Woody Harrelson movie. We've seen some really cool things.
August is over.
August is over. Not yet. I got 2 more days before I have to pay bills. Thank you very much.
3 Billboards, I think, was the winner.
Yep. So, one last time, my personal recommendations for Woody Harrelson movies are The Edge of 17, Shock and Awe, all of the Hunger Games movies, and 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri, which I thought was phenomenal.
And mine are Natural Born Killers, White Men Can't Jump, Solo: A Star Wars Story, Game Change, 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri, and Cheers.
Yep. And I agree. I think the standout performance this month was Chief Willoughby in 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri.
Yeah.
If you weren't watching us by then, we highly recommend See, you've got an extra 20 points.
Now it's time to bet.
Yeah, I would say this is last call for bets. We're going to finish talking about Woody Harrelson, and then we will... my brain just stopped working all of a sudden, like mid-sentence, what? And then we will announce the next actor. I think that's what I'm trying to say.
Yes.
Yeah, so I agree. If you guys don't remember who the actors were for voting, let me scroll up to the top here and I'll read them off to you. Somewhere in here. Okay. So you type !bet, space, the last name of the actor you think it is, space, how many points you want to bet. The options are Hutcherson, Hemsworth, Sutherland, Tucci, Bentley, and Harrelson. So go ahead and get those bets in. We will be announcing our next actor shortly. Yeah, I would say that this is up there, though. Like you said before, I think probably my top 3 this month have been Chief Willoughby in... you gotta do the name and then the points, Eve. So bet, name, points. Yeah, I would say like number 1 was Chief Willoughby, and then like maybe tied for second was Haymitch and Mr. Bruner.
Yeah.
Because they both had that kind of like wry sense of humor, as well, and very sarcastic, and
then Landy, and then Beckett is last.
Beckett's definitely last.
Yeah,
I do Dusty over Beckett as well.
Oh, I forgot about Dusty.
Dusty's very funny.
Yeah,
Dusty was last week.
Yeah,
he had some good jokes that I ruined trying to tell them on stream. Every time. I ruined every single one of them. I didn't get any of them right.
You have to spell it correctly.
Yeah. Yes. Melinda got it.
Yep.
Eve, you added an in there. That's not supposed to be there. Sutherland. You're typing like me now. You should cover Stanley Tucci at what?
The mall? Oh, okay.
Sometime the future.
In.
Oh, yes. You are so sure that you're right. I like the confidence.
Yeah.
I like the confidence. How do you know that we're not doing Stanley Tucci in the future, starting next week?
It is possible.
It is possible. We will be covering Stanley Tucci, though, at some point, be it next week or in the future. Because some of us really like Stanley Tucci. I'm stalling so your mom has a chance to retype her bet. Just a guess. I think it's confidence.
Be confident. Be confident.
I'm stalling here. I'm stalling by saying that I'm stalling. Because we're ready to announce last call for bets. Jessica, if you're still here, you would definitely have some points to bet as well. I can talk you through it if you want to do it. Just let us know that you're still watching. No, Eve, you misspelled Sutherland, and so it didn't go through. What else do you have to say?
Well,
It's okay. She's like, it's okay, I'm done. I'm not doing it. That was what I meant. I get it. It's cool. All right, guys, let me go click the button here, and you guys will find out. Drum roll.
Faster. Let's go faster.
I'm going to see how long you can do it. You're slowing down. Wrong way. There you go. What's funny is I could just like pick the wrong one just so nobody gets the point, and then be like, psych! The next actor will be Donald Sutherland. You guys did good. Well done. We need to be more tricky with our clues next month. And we are going to be starting off next month with the best Donald Sutherland movie.
Hardly.
Aside from the Hunger Games.
It is fun, but it's hardly his best movie.
It's retro. I'm excited for next week's movie because it's hilarious. It is so funny. Like next week's show, if you guys were here when we did Fifth Element, next week's show is going to be much like that, where it's going to be...
It's like that ozone thing. We definitely have to get rid of that.
It's going to be like 10% movie talk, 90% movie quotes. So I'm curious if anybody has figured it out by the very ditzy way that we're talking. But yeah, we're totally going to start with Buffy the Vampire Slayer. And just to be clear, that is not the TV show with Sarah Michelle Gellar. It is not Sarah Michelle Gellar.
No.
It is the movie from the 90s.
Yes.
That has Donald Sutherland in it.
Yes.
So if what you find does not have Donald Sutherland, it is not the right thing. How they created a serious drama off of this movie is beyond me. I'm going to look up really quick to see where it is streaming from, if anywhere.
It is. It's on something.
I know. I meant to look it up, and I forgot. Buffy the Vampire Slayer, 1992. It is on Stars. So you can watch it on Stars. All right, guys. We're going to take a 5-minute break. This is the preview. See, I told you I fixed the button. Preview for the next movie. If you'd like to watch the preview over break, we'll be back in 5 minutes. We will see you shortly. Get up, stretch your legs, refresh your drinks, and then we will come back and we will chat a little bit about Donald Sutherland and a little bit about our week.
Yeah.
Take care, guys. We'll see you shortly.
Yeah.
And we are back. Hello. I'm sure you missed us. So, as we announced before the break, we will be doing Donald Sutherland movies all through September. I'm very excited. I actually don't know a lot of his movies. Actually, there were lots of things that, like, I know the movie, but I didn't remember him being in it. Because they're not movies I've seen in a while. Okay. Like Outbreak. I don't remember him being in Outbreak.
Oh, he's the general who... tries to shoot Dustin Hoffman down at the end of the movie because he wants the weapon. He wants to use he wants to save the disease as a weapon and not just
sounds like a very military.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a stereotypical military character.
Yeah.
In a science movie. Yeah. So it was all stuff like that where I was like, I know I've seen this movie, but I haven't seen this movie in so long. He's one of the main characters in Buffy.
He's her
trainer.
Yeah.
Yeah. To be called Watchers in the future.
Yeah.
Yeah. So my recommendations for Donald Sutherland are few and far between. Because as I was looking at his filmography, I was like, I didn't remember him being in that. And it's been so long since I've seen it. I don't remember his performance in it. So can I recommend it as a Donald Sutherland movie? No, I can't. If I don't remember his performance in it and I haven't seen the movie recently, I'm not going to do that.
Yes, Luke Perry passed away last year.
Yeah, Luke Perry passed. Was it last year? No, it was 2 years ago.
2 years ago?
Yeah, it was 19.
Okay.
I was still watching.
You were watching
Riverdale at
Riverdale,
that point.
Yeah.
That was a depressing episode because he was playing Archie's dad on Riverdale, and so they had his dad pass away, and it was really sad. It was cool though because he was also from 90210, and so several of the actors from 90210 guest starred on Riverdale during the funeral episode, which was kind of neat.
That's cool.
So they did essentially a tribute to Luke Perry, but through the show. I thought it was really creative. Are we giving you a list? My list of movies. So my recommendation list is the Hunger Games series and Buffy the Vampire Slayer. That's it for me. Zim has made up the difference, though. He and I are having a discussion about how many movies to recommend because it's supposed to be 3 to 5, which is not count as we do this. Here we go, Zim.
Hunger Games, Time to Kill, Outbreak, JFK, Invasion of the Body Snatchers, National Lampoon's Animal House, MASH, Dirty Dozen, and Castle of the Living Dead. That's not that much.
3 to 5.
That's 5 plus 3.
I counted 9.
So, yeah, you're right. It's 9.
3 to 5. This is how Zim counts for movies.
Well, like JFK, he's not in it. He's only got like 10-minute scene.
Right. So we just talked about that.
Animal House, he's a minor character. He's one of the professors at the university. But yeah, I wouldn't mind any of these being... Castle of the Living Dead is actually his first movie. And yes, one of the clues was that he played a woman, and he does play a woman in that movie. Which is interesting.
Mm-hmm. That's we don't really have much more to say about Donald Sutherland aside from, I mean, we already talked about President Snow a bit, and we thought his performance was really good in President Snow. Maybe we could do another Hunger Games movie this month.
That's
3 to 5. That's 35,
right? There you go.
That's Zim math. We call it Zath.
Zath. So we are still scheduling the rest of the month of September. We haven't decided what movies we're going to do. There are a ton. Like I said, he's been acting since the 60s. And
There's a lot to choose from.
And I want to try and get an overview so we can kind of see.
Yeah, I'll tell you what we're not doing this month is we will not be viewing Zim's recommendation list.
None of them?
No.
Oh,
we're not going to just go through your recommendation list and watch those though.
Oh, okay. That's
we're going to branch out.
No, I would like to see something I haven't seen before.
Yeah.
Me too.
I find Outbreak really stressful, so we probably won't do that movie.
No, that's okay. We're not going to do JFK because, like I said, it's a very, very small role. Same thing with Animal House. I don't think we should do that because it's a very, very small role. Although, that is one of the greatest American comedies ever made.
I have snuck her back up here a couple times that you didn't catch, though, Melinda. I've not seen Iceberg go by every time she's fallen.
This is true.
Sneaky. So we would love to know from each and every one of you viewing us tonight, what is something that you did this week that you feel good about? There's gotta be something there. You didn't want to be rude. Since when? Since when do you not give me shit? Huh? I'm just kidding. Wow, that was rude. I'm rude now. Rude is contagious. I'm just saying. No, seriously though, tell me something you guys did this week. Because it's a new week now. So I guess last week, not this week, last week. Tell us something you did last week, since last Monday. And it does get me off track. But that's what makes this show so entertaining. Right? Right. Tell me I'm right. Someone tell me I'm right.
Right.
It's the tangents that make it fun. Don't remember last week. It's got to be something. Melinda should feel good about how many times she has screamed iceberg in text through the show. That's got to feel good, right? You've been a source of great entertainment today.
Well, I will share something that I am happy about with my own self-care. Pill transition day, I usually miss at least one dose somewhere in there, whether it be the first one or the last one, whatever. But when I have to refill the pill thing for the week, I always end up missing, and I did not miss one this week.
Great.
I'm really happy about that.
Eve spent time with friends from high school who got invited to her house, but not by her. Is that something that you feel good about? When people show up at my house uninvited, it does not make me feel good. I'm usually like, I love you. It's great to see you. Now get the hell out. You did not schedule this. I don't have you on my calendar for another 6 weeks. Bye.
Turned out to be fun. Not judgmental.
That's good. I'm slightly concerned by the fact that not judgmental is the definition of fun. I'm teasing. I'm just messing with you. Could you imagine? I would never have fun ever. That's me saying I'm judgmental. If you ever quote me on that, I will kill you. Not really. I'm such a violent person when I stream.
I don't want to die. I don't want to die.
You do not say that. I do not say what? I'm trying to remember what I was talking about. That would be... Oh, the delay has gotten me again, and I don't know what Tegwin's talking about. Let's see. What did I say? There was something about...
You said you were going to kill me if I quoted you.
No, I don't kill people.
That's not what you said.
Tegwin, you're going to have to tell me. But also, you need to tell us something you've done this past week that you feel good about.
Come with me.
I know you've got some stuff because you're doing that challenge. What did I do this week that I'm proud of or feel good about?
Chopped your hair off?
Chop my hair off, yeah.
I like it.
Got a new stove, dishwasher, and microwave. That is awesome. New appliances. I gotta tell you guys, as an adult, never heard you kick someone out. No. That is because That is because conflict makes me throw up, and you think I'm exaggerating, but conflict literally makes me throw up. So, see, you stole his to say that you got your hair cut. What about your challenge you're doing? Your challenge is awesome. I'm proud of you. Yeah. No, I don't kick people out because I can't do that. I do, however, hide in my room. Which Zim can attest to.
This is true.
In case you're wondering why he's laughing, it's because the delay, he can do something ridiculous and then he can watch himself do something ridiculous and be entertained by it. See. So, yeah, stove, dishwasher, microwave. Yes. When you become adults, suddenly the things that excite us are new appliances. I don't know why. I'm the same way. Eve got new glasses. And think they might be the same as mine. So mine are Eco brand. So when I got my glasses, they planted a tree, and they came with a matching pair of sunglasses. Because I have an issue. My eyes are very, very sensitive to light. So I'm photosensitive. That's right. I'm like, there's a word for this. My eyes are very photosensitive. And so I have an issue where when I'm driving in the car, because there's not direct sunlight on my lenses, the transition lenses wouldn't transition. And so I just would be blind and it would hurt and give me really bad headaches. And so I was like, I can't do this anymore. I need like physical sunglasses because I'm losing it. And so the girl recommended Eco. She recommended Eco because they come with a matching pair of sunglasses. And so the sunglasses, literally, they have little magnets built in. And so my sunglasses just click right on and stay there. They're cute. They look literally just like this, except for the lenses are tinted. I think they're maybe a little bit lighter blue, like they're a little brighter. Yeah, nope, I have, yeah. Not that brand, but look like yours. Had a problem with those lenses too. Yep, transitions are great in theory. Tegwin is doing a workout challenge with her sister. Yes, thank you. I'm so glad you said it because I'm really excited about this. So Tegwin is doing this 30-day, 31-day challenge or something different every day, so that it keeps a variety. But should be keeping up with it. It's great. And my daughter's been doing it with her every day, which is kind of fun. I still haven't said anything for me.
You got your haircut. No?
That was more out of desperation because it was driving me crazy. I started physical therapy.
It's true.
It didn't actually feel good. I'm actually still hurting from it. But physical therapy is a big deal for me. Yeah. I'm very excited. I have an issue with my back that is now going to be resolved, hopefully, through medication that makes it so I can't drink alcohol, which is depressing because they finally have Yingling in my state. After 30 years of living here, they finally have Yingling in my state. I have Iceberg. I finally have gotten my night to babysit Iceberg. Although I don't actually get her all night. I only get her for the show so people can see her, and then I'm supposed to tuck her in with my daughter. But yeah, so we finally have Yingling, which is one of my favorite lagers ever. It's available in the Northeast. It's finally here in the South.
It's good stuff.
And I can't drink it because I'm on a medication that I can't have alcohol with. Because if you mix your medication with alcohol, it tends to cause bleeding in the stomach and intestines. So it seemed like a bad idea. So I'm refraining from. Did I tell you that? Mm-mm. So I'm refraining from alcohol right now. I should be able to go off the medication once I'm done with physical therapy if everything goes the way that it's supposed to. So fingers crossed. But yeah, we are officially after 9:30. It doesn't usually feel good. Oh, you must be talking about exercising. Are you taking pictures so anyone knows what you did together? No, I'm not, because I'm under instructions to have her where she can be seen for the show and then to tuck her into bed. So arguably she should know everything. Also, I don't know where my phone is. I feel like I had it shortly. I had it a little bit ago.
You had it shortly.
That sentence makes total sense. Here we go. Boom. All right, you guys. Group selfie. Oh, he's not even in the picture.
No, I'm not in the picture. I just thought it was funny.
I appreciate your contribution. Let me make sure it actually took. I'm going to drop my phone too soon. Nope, there's my dumb face. Okay. Yes, physical therapy. So much for that medicine. I will. It makes a huge difference. What's going on with my back makes it so that it is painful to sit, which I do for the. Let's see, I've got 6 hours of streaming with the game show and then an hour and a half with you. So 7.5 hours of streaming where I am sitting.
Plus you write.
Plus I write. Plus I do, like, I manage all the social media stuff. Yeah, so I'm sitting a lot. I work at my computer. It's also painful to stand. And it's painful to transition between sitting and standing. So I'm basically in pain all the time. So I'm taking a anti-inflammatory to help get me a little further through the day before things just kind of go to shit. And then physical therapy because the muscles, you have a muscle called multifidus inside your spine, like they go between
that 3 times.
Yeah, multifidus. It's hard to say. Anyway, it goes like between your vertebrae, and that's what stabilizes your spine. And mine is not doing that. And so other muscles in my back are having to make up the difference, and it's causing all kinds of problems. So physical therapy should be the solution. So fingers crossed it actually works, because it's also very expensive. The sooner it works, the better. So next week, so I just had my, just like the exam, like your initial, if you've ever done physical therapy, there's like an initial exam and then you start the therapy. So when you see me next Monday, I will have done a week of therapy, real therapy, and I will report in. Well, talking like this, because we'll be talking about Buffy.
Oh my God.
Oh my God. It's retro. That's my favorite line in the movie.
Yeah.
I thought that jacket was totally 5 minutes ago. Well, it's retro. Alrighty, guys. I don't actually need the mouse to end the stream anymore. I keep reaching for the mouse like it's going to do something, and I guess it would, but it's not necessary. So, one last time for you, Melinda. There you go. So I think that's it for today. We are here. Oh, reminder, we are not streaming on Twitch for Tuesday and Thursday's game show this week. We are participating in the day off Twitch, but I think the hashtag is technically a day off Twitch, but we don't actually normally stream on Wednesday when it's taking place, so we're actually going to close our stream down on Tuesday and Thursday this week. If you don't know what that's about, basically there is some bullying that's happening on Twitch. And by bullying, I mean massive verbal abuse, and Twitch is doing absolutely nothing because they just don't feel like it's their problem. So I will say, if you guys watch anybody else and they do stream on Wednesday, don't hate on them for not participating, because a lot of people do rely on their streaming income. But do expect there to not be a lot of activity on Twitch on Wednesday. However, we will be streaming on our Discord just to our private followers. We just don't want to put any, we're not going to send any traffic to Twitch is basically what it is. So we're going to be on our Discord server. You guys can find it right here and join. And it'll pop up in a second for you. There's slight delay between what I say. Although I guess it's not a delay for you because you're going to hear it at the same time.
Yeah.
I don't really know, actually.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Whatever. But we will be actually our usual time, so Tuesday, Thursday from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. This week we'll be on Discord. Next week we'll be back on Twitch like usual. And then I guess you can do the movie one because I did Mad Misadventures this time.
All right. And we are here every Monday night, 8 p.m. Central, talking movies.
Yes, we are.
Yep.
Talking movies.
So we will be here next week with Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Yay! Otherwise, I will see you guys tomorrow on Discord at 10 a.m. for some fun games and mental health chat. Yeah, we will be here even on Labor Day.
Yeah.
Because I don't really celebrate Labor Day in any way other than eating burgers. So.
And Labor Day has been the day that you labor for about 30 years now, so...
Wasn't it supposed to be to give laborers the day off, except the only people that get the day off are people with white collar jobs?
Yes.
And the laborers actually work more because all the businesses
do sales.
So they have to work extra long hours and pull overtime on the day that's supposed to celebrate them.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're going to be here.
We will be here. Same mad time, same mad channel. I did it.
You messed it up. You blew it.
Just hit me over the head with a frying pan. Just do it.
That was really loud.
Yeah, it was.
We have children sleeping in the next room. Calm down. Echoed on the walls in here. Wow. Same mad time, same mad channel. We will see you guys next week unless you come to Discord tomorrow, which I definitely recommend you do because we have good fun. And hit the link, make an account, download, whatever, join for free. It's fun.
Nanu.
See you next week, guys. Bye-bye.